Let's talk marketing books.
That's funny. Okay. First book that I would have you read if you wanted to understand marketing is a book called The Culture Code by Clotaire Raphael. Raphael, can you say that?
Nope.
Try it.
Clotaire Raphael.
Yeah. Culture Code. Now, there's a bunch of books called Culture Code, so be careful. This is the one you want with Clotaire. The subtitle is An Ingenious Way to Understand Why People Around the World Live and Buy as They Do. And so kind of the story on him was he was a doctor that was pioneering maybe a way of getting, I think it was autistic kids to learn. And he was neighbors with the president of Nestle, I think. And he said, hey, can you go to Japan and do a study and tell me why people there won't drink coffee? And he did his thing and came back and he said, because they're inspired by the English, you got to make candy and things for kids that's coffee, and then the next generation will. Kind of a thing. They're into the Queen and tea. And then he did a thing for Chrysler in here where he helped him design a car, and Chrysler came to him and said, we know that our customers want gas mileage, reliability, and safety. Those three things. And then he helped them design a car that saved them, and it wasn't reliable, it got terrible gas mileage, and it was not safe. But I'll let you read the book. But that's a great one. And this is just about understanding the deeper psychology of what motivates people more than anything else.
Nice.
Will you set that over there?
I will gladly.
Another one that I would do is The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. And there's some stuff in here on marketing and his system for presenting that I think is helpful. But it's a great book also. But I would look at his stuff on that.
Very nice.
Then this one, I was lucky enough to be in a mastermind with Cialdini for a while, but Robert Cialdini wrote a book called The Psychology of Persuasion, but the title of the book is Influence. And what I love about this book, and I think it'd be rare if somebody in the car business hadn't read this book, honestly.
Yeah, it's one of my top 5 favorites.
Yeah.
For sure.
But what's great about it is it's just case study after case study after case study after case study.
Yep.
That's it. And so they just mess with people. They try something this way, that way. Do you know what your favorite story is or your favorite takeaway is from this book?
The easiest one is about being a waiter or waitress, and you come out and you bring the check and you drop a mint for them, and then you walk away from the table and you come back and you bring 2 more and say, for you nice people, I'm going to give you a couple of more mints. And then the tips went up by like 37% or something like that. Do you remember that?
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite one, I think, is the piano store. So they have a piano store and they take customers to the cheapest piano first, then the grand piano. And then they do it in reverse. They take them to the grand piano first and then the piano. And their average sales are higher when they show them the big piano first, the grand piano. I thought that was unbelievable. So influence. Now, Robert Collier has written a bunch of good books, but this one's pretty good. It's called The Letter Book by Robert Collier. And he has a bunch of books on success. He wrote one of my top 5 books, Winning Through Intimidation. But his book, the Letter Book, is pretty great. There's
nice.
Tons of examples in there. And then this is where we're going to get a little
sideways.
I don't know if it's sideways. I don't know what people think or understand, but if you talk about one of the most successful artists, and when we quantify successful, we're talking about sales and creating a machine.
Yeah.
then Warhol kind of has to be on that list.
Mathematically, he has to be on the list.
Yeah. And so he wrote a couple books. So this book called A, that's a first edition of that. For the longest time, I had that thing wrapped in plastic. I don't know why I unwrapped it in plastic. And then this one is The Philosophy of Andy Warhol from A to B and Back Again. And actually, if you look at this, he actually signed this.
What?
And drew his famous soup can.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
How much did you pay for that book?
Which camera do you want me to go to? A lot. Like, I don't think there's a lot of these out there where he actually drew a soup can.
No, it's his soup can in there. So did you pay more or less than you would for a Yugo?
I don't know. I don't know how much a Yugo is.
I don't even want to touch it. There.
The thing that you want to pay attention with Andy is his approach, his mindset, but also he's building a machine. Like, he was one of the first to kind of do screen prints and limited editions and that sort of thing. And he had a factory. Mm-hmm. And when you think about art, you think about originals, but he pioneered a different way of doing it and less effort for more revenue, I guess, would you say?
Well, I think that's the other thing that's really unique about Warhol is that traditionally artists are not good at monetizing their art.
Yeah.
Like, he was special in that he had a business sense about him in addition to, like, I don't know, everything is amazing that he does. I think it's very different, but he also had a marketing machine behind it that was it was presenting the story that he wanted to present in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and he pioneered for coming up probably in the next one, Damien Hirst books. He's got to owe something to Andy, right, for that. Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driving Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.